Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Game 3 of the Silver Sticks Tournament. This morning, here in a very cold rink in Vegas, we have the 16UAA Gorman Gales playing the 16UAA OCHC. Both teams 1-1 coming into the game. Both teams working for the win to get one of the few spots that are remaining, as the quarterfinal games begin later this afternoon. Gales back to a full roster with Cash Tritton returning. We will have James Schmier in net. He played an amazing game one in a 3-1 win against the Arizona Titans. Gales coming off of a frustrating loss yesterday against a good Ducks team. Ducks team that is, I believe, 14th in the state of California across all 16U, including AAA. For context, the Ducks beat the Kings earlier this month 4-1. Then the Kings beat the Knights here in town 4-2. And Gale's able to come away 3-1 in a very strong back half of the game, keeping the Ducks down to 3 shots on net over the third period. Slight correction to the reporting earlier. Looks like Kincaid may be out this game, as Gales have a player on the bench in a helmet. Looks like our starting lineup's getting ready to kick off. Looks like we will have the money line on offense. James Schmier in net for goal. And we're going to go ahead and kick off with the announcements. Crowd is a little muffled. Oh, sorry, the commentator is. So we Cash Creel making his way up to the blue line. Cash Johnson. Coming in on defense. And last but not least is Cash Tritton making his way to the blue line. Money line and the M&M line on defense. And James now making his way up to the blue line. All right, getting ready to kick off period number 1. Cash Johnson into the face-off, and OCHC wins it. Creel putting pressure. Miller able to get some separation as Johnson steps back, tries sending it up. Was working in the corner. OCHC walking along, dumps it back to the blue line, and chips it back down deep. Johnson gets there first. Puck is underneath him as he chips it around to the winger. Cash Creel not there, able to get there in time. Chip pass sent over to Martin, but covered by James Schmier. It's like Lars Jennings, Colin Davis, and James Dunnigan in. Colin Davis into the faceoff. Davis wins it, sends it back behind the goal line. O'Hara sends it around. OCHC has it back behind the goal line. Chip. They send it out to the blue line. Dunnigan puts pressure. Send across. Hits Davis. Loose. Shot. Off. Jennings trying to chip it up to Davis. Couldn't get enough on it. Davis hits the defenseman. OCHC trying to send it into the center. Again. Or the goalie. Evan Davis now in defense. It's like Evan Davis and Posner. Posner chips it up to Dunnigan. Just out of reach. Dunnigan able to get it and sends it deep as the Gales go for a change. Jennings stays in to keep the pressure on. Crochet. Swanson in. Jennings looking to get off the ice. We got a 2-on-1, except just out of reach of Swanson. Jennings comes off. Frankie Zbancic on the ice after a knee hit to his knees yesterday. And the Gales regroup and send it back up to Swanson. Picked up by Crochet. So odd bounce off the boards. OCHC brings it in the neutral zone, sends it deep. Swanson, first man into the corner, sends it over to the defense. Defense looks it around up to the feet of Crochet. Off the leg of Crochet now. Shot. And puck them back into the Gales' offensive zone. Line change as Johnson, Gilberta, and Liam are in. Miller and Martin on defense. Puck dished up back behind the goal line. Martin there. Sends it around to Miller. Miller slides it around the boards. Winger was not ready for that. Gilberta poke checks it, trying to clear. Puck stays on. Martin chips it up to Gilberta. Gilberta sends it across to Marsh. Marsh sends it deep. Johnson, first man in. Into the corner. Got Marsh supporting. Puck loose at the feet of both teams. Marsh sends it back to Martin. Martin left of the net. Miller Poke checks up, isn't able to make contact, and puck ends up getting deflected back behind the goal line. OCHC looking for a breakout. Just out of reach of Tritton, who's now in for Gilberta. Tritton putting pressure, almost comes away with it. A one-on-one. OCHC with the outlet pass into the corner, and they go on the offensive. Bring across the line. Miller, Martin in on defense. Looking to get a change at some point here. Almost broken out by Marsh. Martin chips it up to the feet of Tritton. Unable to get to it. Tritton with a hard hit center ice. And he works his way to the bench. Puck back behind the Gills line. Davis chips it up and out of the zone. Just out of reach of Dunnigan. Dunnigan's able to get there, though. He's got Davis behind him. They're on the right side. Davis goes to the left. Tries to get a shot off, but picked off. Davis comes with it and sends it into the center. But picked up. Baldy sends it back into the corner. Dunnigan separating the OCHC player from the puck. Dunnigan working in the corners. Needs some support. Davis comes in. OCHC able to regroup and just get into the offensive zone. Creel with the hard hit. Puck sent out. And OCHC sends it deep into the Gale zone. 10:14 remaining in the first period. Pass from O'Hara through the legs of Dunnigan. Not able to get away with it. O'Hara pushes him off the puck and chips it up to Creel. No, Dunnigan, sorry. He's got Dunnigan and Creel. Sends it over to Creel. Creel works along outside the circle into the corner. Pushed off the puck. A hard hit to the head. No penalty. To Evan Davis. Shot off the post behind the goalie. Almost hit the post and shot. And it's going to hit the netting. Great shot from Davis. Off the post, the inside edge. But legs. Boucher wins the face-off. Devin Davis shot off the pad of the goalie. Posner sends it in. Shot just to the left of the net. Jennings sends it over to the center. Posner has it. Shot off the skate of OCHC. Boucher working back behind the net. Jennings comes away with it. Sends it back out to the blue line. Evan Davis shot high off the tip down, but a high stick. Wouldn't have counted if it went in. Evan Davis sends it up to Jennings. Jennings chips it into the zone, and the boys get to work. Boucher, first man in, brushes off an OCHC player, almost gets a stick on stick there, and come away with it. Swanson backhands it back into the zone, no icing. Jennings still on the ice in pursuit. Jennings looks like he may have caught an edge in the corner there, spins out. Martin and Miller in on defense. Johnson in. Miller shot off the pads and wide. Swanson tries to chip deep into the zone, picked off by OCHC as OCHC tries walking it through, but Martin says no, chips it up, gets tripped, no calling, but Cash Johnson is there, trying to get a shot in, short side. Johnson hit as the shot went off. Puck still in the zone. OCHC has numbers. Martin able to separate him from the puck, but we're going to go ahead and looks like we're going to have a penalty here. Let's see. Looks like Gale's going to be on the power play. Sorry, penalty. Oh, no, it's 5-on-5. Two players are going in the box. It's like a little conversation happening down there with Gorman players. Talking to Martin. And for the face-off, looks like we have Davis, Marsh. Gales come away with it. Schuberta brings it around the face-off circle, chips it up, sends it over to Davis. Davis battling, kicks it up to himself. He's got player all over him, and a hook as he tries setting off. And the Gales will go on a on a power play, the hooking call as Davis was going for the zone entry. .752 remaining in the first period. Shots on net currently 6-2 in favor of the Gales as we go on a 5-on-4. Davison for the faceoff with Baldy and O'Hara in at the blue line. Marsh and Traverta in as wingers. Davis wins it, sends it back to O'Hara. O'Hara sends it over to Baldy. Baldy slap shot just to the left. Unable to maintain possession, and puck comes back through the zone, and no icing. O'Hara back, regroups back behind the goal line, sends it out. Davis backhands it over to Marsh. Puck comes around the boards. Baldy chips it up to Davis. Davis sends back to O'Hara, keeps it in over to Baldy. Baldy sends it in. Marsh has it in the corners. Davis comes with it. To the ribs. No call. Little extracurricular after that one. 1:10 remaining in the power play. Creel, Cruchet, and Tritton in with Evan Davis and Posner in. Got Cruchet supporting in the power play. 50 seconds remaining. Tritton staying high. Puck back out to Posner. Posner shot blue line just over the net. Evan Davis pinches up. Puck loose in front of the net, but OCHC able to send it back, and no icing. Doesn't quite make it down there. 32 seconds remaining. Pass out to Cruchet. Cruchet looking for pass. Evan Davis. Evan Davis trying to get a backhand in there into the zone for a dump and chase, and Britton was able to get it. 6 seconds remaining. Evan Davis shot loose in front of the net. Cruchet upturned another shot. Love. Evan Davis has it. Chips it in, still clear. Loose at the feet of Creel. Creel shot off the face mask of the goalie. Line change for the Gales. Baldy in. High stick for OCHC, but that is going to go ahead and be an icing anyways. Then come on back. Solid effort, net front for the Gales as the puck's going to come on back to the Gales' defensive zone. Creel with a fortunate bounce right to his stick in front of the net. Shot right off the face mask of the goalie. Jennings, Johnson, and Dunnigan. Johnson got a shot right off the face-off as Dunnigan picks it off. Tries walking it through. Hard hit on Dunnigan at the boards, at the bench. Dunnigan comes away with it, trying to send it around. Loose at the feet, back behind the goal line. Dunnigan again on the puck. Chips around. O'Hara picks it off, and it's going to be offsides as he OCHC player trying to chip around O'Hara, but he was able to pick it off the ice, send it back up. All right. Davison for the faceoff. OCHC wins it. Got Sapancic and Swanson at the wing. Puck chipped in as going to be, nope, they're going to wave off the icing. Martin. OCHC not coming with it. Davis flicks it back around to Swanson. Swanson chips it up to Davis. Davis has got Frankie on the outside. Davis dingles around, chips it into the center to Frankie. Frankie's feet, shot. Another shot, but both shots hit the legs of the OCHC player. Gales keeping the pressure on OCHC. Score still 0-0 in the first. Shots on net 11-2 in favor of the Gales. 4:02 remaining. Boucher with the face-off win and a shot off the pads. The goalie. Hard hit by Marsh into the boards. Marsh. Gales win the face-off, send it back to the blue line. Evan Davis winds up, hits the player. Another shot off. Looks like a helmet maybe of a player by Schverda. Puck comes back around to Marsh. Marsh trying to sling it back around behind net. Shea gets a stick in. Prevent a breakout pass as OCHC has to regroup. And OCHC loses it. Marsh comes away with it, chips it up. Isn't able to get into the zone, though. Puck actually back it. And actually did make its way to the neutral zone and offsides. Fresh legs as the money line makes its way out with O'Hara and Baldy. OCHC having a possible breakaway. Yes, the numbers. O'Hara gets a stick on it. Shot off the pads of James Schmier. OCHC tries walking it in. Another shot. And James, who's getting lonely in the net there, finally seeing some shots. 11 shots for the Gales, 4 for OCHC. 2:44 remaining in the first. 0-0 score. Davison for the face-off. Got Evan Davis support. And Miller shot. Sorry, slinging it around. Sorry. That was Jennings. Off the skate of Colin Davis. Shot from the blue line. Martin pins it. Martin working high. Off the pad of Gales need to get the clear here. Boys unable to come away with it back in the neutral zone. And that will be an intentional offside and should be coming back, as they only did that to prevent the breakout. Rough shift. Shea, Swanson, Sapancic, as well as Martin and Miller. Shea into the faceoff. Gales win the faceoff, but Gary bounce, shot. Gale's able to come away with it. Martin trying to brush off the forward, slings it back around to Swanson. Swanson has it at the wall, tips it up, out, and that's going to be an icing. And Swanson hit. It's like Swanson and an OCHC player both going to the box. Not to jinx things, but Gale's doing a pretty good job over this weekend keeping the penalties down to a minimum. Face-off going to be in the Gales' defensive zone. Cash Johnson in. Gales win it, but it's loose in front. Boys trying to get sticks in there, kicking it. It's still loose. And Marsh able to clear it out. Walk it up to Schverda. Schverda shot off the pads. Wide. Johnson backhands it into the crease. No one there to connect. Crossing pass for the OCHC picked off. Evan Davis backhands it back in. Evan Davis working the neutral zone. And they're going to go ahead and call offsides here. 1:14 remaining in the period. Still 0-0. Looks like we will have Colin Davis, Tritton, and I believe Dunnigan, as well as O'Hara, and I believe that's Baldy. Davis wins the faceoff, sends it back to defense. Dekes around, has it in the corner, chips it up to Davis. Davis brings it around, still has it, sends it, tries to get it deep, continues to drive. He's got it in the corner. 1 minute left. Out to Creel. Creel sends it back to Baldy. Baldy shot off the pass, loose in front, backhanded by Davis and covered. And Creel getting manhandled. Davis in there showing support. Little extracurricular, not too much. It's like we have same lineup: Tritton, Creel, Colin Davis, and O'Hara and Baldy face off in the Gales' offensive zone. Ref is talking to the other goalie. Goalie not too happy with the. Looks like they're going to bring this back to the neutral zone for some reason. Some of the pushing and shoving. Davis didn't help the situation by going in to defend. Baldy, after the faceoff, when Baldy sends it, it goes out and he puts one on net. OCHC gets into their offensive zone. Gales able to come away with it after a sloppy shot. Pass back out to Davis. Davis works through the neutral zone. Has it in the corner. Sends it around to the other corner. Tritton, first man in, pushes off. Creel has it, chips it up to the blue line. Held it by O'Hara. Shot into the gut of the goalie. Yale's keeping the pressure. 14.7 seconds left in the first. Same lineup. This is the Gales looking to take advantage of the momentum. Players still in the box. Davis in for the face-off. Davis wins it, sends it back to O'Hara. O'Hara walking it. And shot. Nope, didn't shoot. Sends it out to the neutral zone. High hit to the head of Tritton. But nothing done with it. Flicks it out to Davis. Back in the neutral zone. 1 second. And that's going to be it. All right. End of the first, 0-0. Shots on net, 14-5 in favor of the Gales. The Gales keeping a lot of pressure. Goalie at OCHC doing a good job holding it down. Boys doing a much better job today through the neutral zone, keeping the pucks deep. Doing a better job as well, getting pucks back to the defense and letting them walk the line and send them in. And just hoping to take advantage of those and come away with some success as we go into the second. All right, kicking up the third period. Looks like we have Creel, Crochet, and Jennings with Martin and Miller at defense. Gales win the faceoff, sends to Martin. Martin gets to Miller. Miller chips it up to, sorry, that wasn't Creel, that was Dunnigan. Crochet working back behind the goal line. OCHE able to come away with it. Crochet puts some pressure and comes away with it, and Dunnigan sends it back deep. Jennings going to be the first man in along the boards, comes away with it, working around the corner, chips it up to the blue line. Miller winds up. Lots of traffic possibly through the legs of Crochet, but the goalie's able to glove it. Pretty big goalie in net this morning. Game is 0-0. Shots on net 15-5. Favor of the Gales. Johnson in for the faceoff. Tritton sends out to blue line. Evan Davis winds up. Tipped by Johnson, but not able to get a deflection into the net. OCHC trying to get a breakout pass. Swanson on the ice, causing problems. Evan Davis comes away with it to the neutral zone and sends it up to Frankie. Frankie it's loose in the front, in the crease, and goalie kicks it out. Swanson hit, the puck dislodged, and OCHC sends it deep. Puck back around along the boards, back around the crease, but picked off by Johnson. Loose in front of the net. Defensive changeup, Baldy and O'Hara in now. And shovel pass back in. Swanson still has it. He's looking for a shot. Ends up taking it back behind the goal line. Davis now in. Almost picked off on the breakout. But we're in the neutral zone. Hard hit by Baldy. Colin has it. Shot. High. Hits the top of the goalie's shoulder and over the net. O'Hara not able to keep it in. But they end up doing it. Sends it out to Davis. Davis another. He dangles around. Loose in front. Shot. Dangles. Shot just wide of the net. Davis with a hard hit. The puck makes it sit in. O'Hara regrouping back behind. Sends it out to Davis. Couldn't get there to his foot. Went to Marsh. Marsh chips it in, and he's going to go get to work. Gibberta supporting Marsh. Boys getting lots of poke checks in to get some separation. Martin has it neutral zone. Chips it up. Kicked back. Martin has it. Sends it out to Miller, but just out of the reach of Miller. Miller tries a soft pass up, but picked off. Miller. Too soft of a pass out. Martin keeps working for it. Back out to the blue line. Gibberta has it. He's got too many men on him, and he opts for the smart option. Puck bounces over the goalie, off the top post and out of the crease on a soft lob in just to get some space. Tritton battling. Tritton gets into the zone. There's a hard hit in the back, but they're not going to call that one on Martin. Martin hit hard from behind. Martin. Coach is giving a completely unbiased view of what happened. Looks like checking the back. Looks like they already put 2 minutes on the board for OCHC. They may. Let's see what they're doing here. 21 is heading to the box as the Gales go on the power play. Lots of chit-chat. Coach for OCHC not too happy with the call. Probably not happy with Martin kind of trying to squish their player like a grape along the boards afterwards. Back into play, though. Tritton, Crochet, Creel. And I want to say Martin and Miller. Yes, Martin and Miller at the blue line. 11:39 remaining. And they're going to go ahead and wave off Crochet. But Creel was encroaching a little too much. Gales come away with it. Crochet has it. Walks around the corner. Sends it back. Miller. Martin shot. Hit some players and went wide. Creel sends it. Crochet sends it over. Shot hits players loose. Back behind the goal line. Creel sends it back to Miller. Miller walks it up this time. Miller sends it back up to Martin. Martin sends it back to Miller. Miller shot. Shot low on the ice. Martin able to hold it in. Sends it back to Miller. Miller, one-timer, left of the net. Martin and Miller just sending them from the blue line. Puck back out. Nope, hook in the corner. Martin unable to hold it in, but Miller still has it. Boys tag up, and Miller big sending it back, then sends it back to Creel. Creel at the blue line sends it to Miller. Martin shot off the leg pad of the goalie and kicked wide. Creel comes in like a bullet. Martin winds up, sends it over to Miller as a saucer pass, but he has it. Shot just to the right of the net. Martin unable to hold it. Tritton in a foot race sends it over to Miller with a great pickup to prevent a breakaway. Pass out to Crochet. Tired legs in the second period. Creel sends it a little too deep, but he's able to come away with it just outside the net. Cash Johnson is in there now. Gets pushed along the boards. Money line out in full effect. Pass back to Evan Davis, who's had a great game so far today. Another shot, follow-up shot. Goalie is playing very well as the Gales. 4 seconds remaining. Tripping Evan Davis as one penalty expires, another one begins on the other side. Gales going on the penalty kill. 9:37 remaining in the second period. Score 0-0. Shots on net 22-5 in favor of the Gales. As the Gales go on the penalty kill. It's like Swanson and Sapancic with Baldy and O'Hara on defense. Frankie into the faceoff. OCHC wins it though. Shot, bouncing puck. James says no. Denied. Faceoff. Sapancic in. And OCHC comes away that sends it back to the blue line. Shot off the stick of O'Hara, up and out of play. And another face-off. 1:47 remaining in the penalty kill. OCHC wins the face-off. Sends it out to the wall. Frankie almost picks that one up. Shot off the legs of Gales player. Frankie, if he can get it. And OCHC chips it up. Swanson comes away with it. And gloved by the goalie. Face off. Face off in the offensive zone. Crochet and Marsh. Martin and Miller at the blue line. 1:26 remaining. OCHC comes away with the face-off win. Poke checked out. And shoveled up and out of play by Miller. Crochet doing a great job keeping them pinned back behind their own goal line. From them from having any real meaningful breakout. Closing up gaps. Picked up by Martin. Martin has it. Keeps it in the neutral zone. Poke checks it. Puck's able to make its way back. Marsh has it. Slides it around. And over out of the zone. So go for a regroup. By the other side, but Martin's there to pick it off. Martin flicks it up and out for a safe play. 35 seconds remaining. Crochet in. Cash Johnson. Sorry, Crochet went out. Looks for a shot. Stick. 4 people lifting up a stick, and they're going to go ahead and call a slashing on that one, or a hooking. And we will have 8 seconds of 4-on-4, followed by just under 2 minutes of power play. Evan Davis returning in 8 seconds. Say who the lineup's going to be. Johnson, Creel, O'Hara, and Baldy. Face off in the Gales offensive zone. Johnson in the face-off circle. Johnson wins it, sends back out. Over to O'Hara. O'Hara shot, got hit en route. Not much on that one. Baldy catches an edge, hits boards. Gales on the power play. James Schmier soft passes it out to O'Hara. O'Hara brings back behind the goal line, chips it out to Britton. Supposed to go to Creel. Puck out into the neutral zone. Creel can't bring it through. Brings it to O'Hara. O'Hara walks it in, brings it wide over into the corner, looking for an opening. Sends it back to Tritton. Gales try to set it up. Saucer pass just out of reach of O'Hara. O'Hara backhands it out to the blue line. Baldy looking. Sends it back out to O'Hara. O'Hara walks along the blue line. Shot off the glove of the goalie and wide. Be careful for the interference there, but O'Hara gets it out to Baldy. Baldy sends it up to Tritton, but just out of his reach. OCHC is able to maintain possession right now. 56 seconds remaining. Ended out. And that is going to be an icing. Oh, they waved it off. Said O'Hara did not work hard enough. Fresh legs, Jennings, Davis, and Dunnigan. Stretch pass out to Davis. Davis chips it in. Davis whips into the corner. Has it, flicks it out to Jennings. Jennings works around. Sends it back out to the blue line. He's got Baldy. Baldy sends it out to Jennings. Jennings to Davis. Davis. Davis shoots. Looks like he got stuck under the skate of the goalie. No goal. Little sisters, be loud, y'all. Face off in the offensive zone. Martin, Miller in at the blue line. Davis wins it, sends it back to Jennings. Jennings back to Martin. Martin over to Miller. Miller winds up. Off the skate. Up over the netting. Into Gales' favor, just not making it. 25-6 in favor of the Gales. Davis into the face-off. Davis wins it, sends it over to Miller. Miller chip it in off the pads of the goalie. Davis picks it up along the wall, sends it back to Miller. Miller shot off the pads again. Need to get someone in the crease. Get something in there. Be careful with the penalties. Martin has nowhere to send it. As Miller worked back. Gales player may have landed on the goalie. As a biased observer, I'd say they were shoved on the goalie. That's their own fault, but shots on net now 28-6. Gales doing a great job keeping the pressure, but not able to land one. Trichet now in with Spancic and Swanson. OCHC isn't able to come with it. Davis chips it up. Puck back to Davis. Davis sends it back over to Posner. Posner out to Swanson. Swanson dangles around. Couldn't get the pass off. Posner battles. Davis sends it around the boards before contact was made. Shot off the pads of James Schmier. And puck up and out of play. Face off in the defensive zone. Shot. Blocked. O'Hara chips it up. Unable to looks like the OCHC player hacky sacked it into the bench. Marsh, Johnson, and Schberta with Baldy, and looks like O'Hara. OCHC able to get it into the zone, but Gale sent it back to the neutral zone. Bad pass. Marsh in pursuit, going into the corner. Gotta be careful. OCHC gets it out to the winger. Winger sends it to the center for a clean breakout. O'Hara. All right, OCHC able to get one on him. They bad bounce off the pads. OCHC able to sneak one in on a bit of a breakdown. Gales looking to get one back now. 28-8 shots in net in favor of the Gales. Just looking to get a couple in now. Gales win the faceoff. Martin unable to hold on to it. Davis brings it around. Sends it to the winger. Creel has it. Creel hits Tritton in the feet. Davis and Creel battling each other. Creel has it, sends it, lobs it over the net. Davis first one in. Hard hit on 21. Kept in. No, they're going to say that was offsides. Four minutes left in the period. Jennings, Crochet, Dunnigan with Martin and Miller. Lobs it up and out, gloved by the OCHC, but lost back behind their goal line. Jennings. Crochet has it, sends it out to Martin, but it was a saucer pass. Martin's able to ship it up to Dunnigan. Dunnigan lifts the stick, sends it deep. Jennings in, able to kick it. Crochet has it. Trying to send it back around to Jennings. Slips around him along the boards. And Evan Davis sends it, bouncing puck in the zone. Evan Davis and Posner in. Puck pinned down along the boards. Sit around. Jennings is there to get some separation. CHE works around. Defense. Shot short side off the blocker of Jennings. Sorry, off the blocker of Schmier. Shot over the net. OCHE picking up speed. Dunnigan shoving player down, now battling back behind the goal line. Puck loose in front, no one there. Gales have numbers, they hurry up. Jennings has it, sends it in. It's got Evan Davis and Dunnigan supporting. Cash Johnson comes in at center. Evan Davis sends it over to Johnson. Johnson's able to flick it back deep. It's going to be on net. Goalie will have to chip it out. Line change. Baldy and O'Hara in on defense. Puck go around, sends it to Jennings. Jennings shot, hits the player in the legs. And OCHE able to clear. It's on net. James is going to go ahead and cover. Johnson, Stepancic, and Swanson. Baldy and O'Hara. Puck back out to the blue line. Shot off the body of Cash Johnson. Puck loose in front. Baldy is going to get there first. Isn't able to get enough of it to chip it. Tries kicking it. They shove it. And O'Hara in for a hard hit. Puck went across the crease, but they're going to go ahead and call a roughing on the Gales, I believe. It's like the roughing on Cash Johnson. Wait and see. Yes, looks like Johnson heading to the box for a minor. Two-minute minor, 1:38 remaining in the period. Crochet and Marsh in. Martin Miller in for off. OCHC comes away with a bouncing puck. It comes out in the neutral zone. They got to regroup. Marsh putting pressure, trying to force a errant pass. Drop back pass. Shot. Off a lot of players and wide of the net. Martin has it. Away with it. Opps to send it up. Gale's able to stay on side. Marsh comes in. Gale's not giving up. 57 seconds remaining. Shorthanded or not, they are going to continue putting in the pressure. Partial line change for the Gales. Swanson comes in with Stepancic. Defense, Posner and Evan Davis. 45 seconds remaining in the period. 1:08 in the penalty. Bouncing puck out to the net. James Schmier able to cover. Board shows number 3 in the box as Martin, but that is actually 13. Frankie wins a faceoff, chipped up and out. It's going to be an icing. There's nothing wrong with too many icings. We could do this for the next 40 seconds as far as I'm concerned. Shots on net, 28-11, again in favor of the Gales. Just not able to get past the goalie right now. And we're waiting. Not sure what for. Ref skating along the blue line. All right. Ready for the face-off. Stepancic. OCHC wins it. Shot off the pads and wide. Swanson puts pressure. Puck back out to the blue line. Swanson couldn't get there time. Puck went off Posner and wide. Back behind the goal line. Back out to the side. Back up to the blue line, but miscommunication. And they're going to have to go for a regroup. 18 seconds left. Swanson working them. Stepancic goes to work along there. Gets a poke check in, but it maintains possession. Posner able to get separation. OCHC regroups back behind the goal line. Sends it around to Posner. Posner looking. Tries clearing it around. Frankie, and that's going to be the end of the period. All right. Well, momentum shifting a little. The Gales are still in it during 5-on-5. Currently no goals against during the penalty kill. Shots on net, 28-11. Favor of the Gales. .22 seconds remaining in the Cash Johnson roughing penalty. As we get ready to head into the third period. Offense and defense doing a great job getting pucks to the net. Need to get bodies down in front in order to send in a greasy goal. James playing a great game overall. Just a odd bounce on the one puck that made it in. All right, starting lineup into the third. Looks like Colin Davis, Dunnigan, Baldy, and O'Hara. Still on the penalty kill. Davis for the faceoff. Refs asking them to go ahead and back up. OCHC with the faceoff win. Davis gets a stick on it to prevent a breakout. Chipped up and out, and that's going to be an icing. Nope, no waved off. Davis tries to keep him pinned along, back behind the goal line. Baldy approaches long blue line, forces him back in. Chipped up. We're back to 5-on-5. Baldy has it. Shot over the net and wide. Flicked up. Baldy able to hold along the blue line, chips it back in, but it hits an OC player. Davis able to get the separation. Baldy has it, flicks it up and into the zone. Net, no offsides. Sorry, no icing. Davis with another stick-on-stick stop. Shot off the goalie's pads. Loose in front. Davis comes in for pressure. Martin and Miller in now for defense. And it's a foot race into the Gale side. With Miller comes in and cuts it off. Fast Davis comes in. They got numbers if they keep it up. Short side, unable to connect though. Tripped up, slew foot, no call. Hard hit along the other side. They're going to let the boys play tonight or this morning. Off the pads of James Schmier. Jennings has it. Davis has it, sends it over to Martin. There's a penalty on the OCHC. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Looks like Jennings is heading into the box. No. There's an arm up. They might take two. Trying to decide what they're going to do here. A lot of conversations between OCHC and the refs. It's like two are going in the box, one for each team. Arguing with the refs. The players arguing the refs does no good. Trying to see if we are at 5-on-5 or 4-on-4. If the OCHE player keeps it up, he may find himself back in the locker room. It's like we are going to be 5-on-5. Johnson, we have Baldy, we have O'Hara. Looks like they got two in the box, actually. It might be a 2 and a 10, or is it a 5-on-3? Waiting to see here. Money line in, and the M&M line in. Sorry, Baldy and Martin. It's going to be a 2 and a 10 for one player. No ref. Refs may have kicked someone out of the game here. A player, not a player, but a parent. Still trying to get this all sorted out. Good. So what we do know is 5-on-4 power play for the Gales. 2 players in the box for OCHC, so that we've got not so much a 2 and a 10, but offsetting and then a separate one. Gales win the faceoff, goes out to Baldy. Baldy chips it in deep. Johnson's there, has it back behind the goal line. Martin tries to get a one-timer through the center, but it had an odd bounce coming through. Baldy sends it out to Tritton. Tritton couldn't reach it. Tritton, though, is going to catch back up. He's got speed. Johnson looks along the boards, back behind the goal line. OCHE falls him back behind the goal line and comes back out. Tritton sends it over to Miller. Baldy. I see the 6. It's messing me up. Back to Martin. Martin, shot. off the stick and then the leg. Shot by Baldy, short side. And puck is going to work its way out of the zone. Martin with the regroup. Martin sends it out to Johnson. Johnson, shot, loose. Refs blew the puck dead. We have Marsh, Berta, and Crochet in now with Miller and O'Hara. 1:03 remaining. Marsh sends it over. Out, loose in front, but couldn't connect, and that's going to be an icing. It's going to come on back. 54 seconds remaining in the power play. Shots on net now 30-12. Gales, though, unable to connect one as OCHC comes away 1-0. Crochet into the faceoff. We've got Marsh to his left, and I believe Swanson to the right. No, Schiberta to the right. Comes back to O'Hara. O'Hara sends out to Miller. Miller, one-timer, off a player, and wide of the net. OCHC able to clear, no icing as it didn't make its way in. O'Hara grabs it at the goal line. Miller, someone to send it, sends it out to O'Hara. O'Hara shot. Glove by the goalie. 21 seconds remaining. Fresh legs. Swanson. Zipancic and Colin Davis in with Posner and Evan Davis. And a very noisy sister here by the microphone. Davis into the faceoff in the defensive zone. Comes back. Gales win it. Out to Evan Davis. Evan Davis shot. Tried to chip down, but a little high. Back out to Posner. Posner walking along the blue line. Posner off to send it back over behind the goal line. Puck up and out. And we are back to 5-on-5 play. Both boxes empty. Had a offsetting penalties and an extra one to give us a count. 11:08 remaining in the third. Johnson, Tritton, and Creelin with O'Hara and Baldy. OCHC wins the faceoff deep into their zone, and they regroup back to the bottom of the circle. Puck hits the referee, held in. Tritton trying to pin, battling along, keeping his feet along the boards. OCHC trying to run the clock down. Gales in or help secure their fate as we go into quarters. Still battling. Refs are not going to let him up. Cash Johnson trying to short side, but loose. OCHC player tries kicking it, but not able to do so. And O'Hara has it, but he's got a man on him, and there's going to be a penalty for holding. Looks like Gales are going to go on the penalty kill again. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like Johnson back in for holding. Marsh, Jennings, trying to see some numbers here. Crochet. Gales won the faceoff, but weren't really paying attention. Puck back out to the blue line. Shot off the pads of Schmier. James standing on his head here. Crochet. And Martin and looks like Miller. OCHC tries to get a shot off the face-off, but can't do it. And the Gales send it up, but that hits the rafters, and that's going to come on back. Gales try flicking it up in the air to avoid an icing. A little too much mustard on it. OCHC comes away with the faceoff win. Back on the blue line shot. James sends it wide. Martin pins him along the boards and tried to clear. Couldn't do it. Shot wide of the net. And Liam may be able to get there. He's got numbers. Hurry up. Loses it. Still loose in front. But they come away with it. Bad pass, and it's going to come all the way back out to Posner. Posner sends it back up. Playing catch through the neutral zone. Crochet disrupting play. Puck's still loose, though. Poke checked out. Marsh trying to get on it and is able to get it through the neutral zone at least. And they go back for a regroup. 48 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Evan Davis trying to hold along the blue line. Comes through. Shot. Loose in front. James able to cover. There's a loose. It's loose. James. Great vision there. Able to hop on it. After a bounce sent it to the backside where it was open. And they fortunate. Bounce the ice beating to help out the Gales now. As the puck went over the player's stick. They tried shooting it in. OCHC working back behind the goal line. Trying to send it out. But Swanson pins it. And O'Hara chips it up, out, and into the neutral zone. Extra bounce. No ice. As OCHC sends it in. Gloved by Baldy. Picked up. Baldy can maybe get to it, but no. Centering pass, but wide of the net. Five seconds remaining. The Cash Johnson penalty for holding. OCHC still working along. He's coming in. Whiffed. Colin Davis in as the fifth man. Look back along the boards. Davis chips it around. He's able to get it out of the zone. OCHC able to come away with the puck, though. Spancic chips it. OCHC has numbers. Got to get back checking by the Gales. Davis comes away with it. Chips it up to Jennings. Jennings has it, but he's got a man on him. Backhands it into the zone. It's all right, though. Because Miller's driving in. Grabs it, sets it down, sends it back over to Jennings. Jennings, the hard hit, it's at the feet of Miller. Miller still playing as a forward. Martin winds up loose, almost backs into the crease. Goalie able to keep it out. OCHC trying to get clear, couldn't, and Martin's able to backhand it back into the zone. Crochet in with Jennings and Dunnigan. Back up to the blue line. Miller, shot, loose in front. OCHC able to come away with it. Chips up to the neutral zone. But Martin works his way up. Hits along the blue line. Game getting pretty chippy here. Dunnigan has it. Shot. Off the pad and wide. Jennings going to work along the boards. Unable to come away with it. Puck back into the neutral zone. Got Posner. Posner, no tripping call. Evan Davis chips it up, trying to clear out. Miscommunication. Some tired legs right now. Evan Davis chips it up and out, trying to get it to Jennings. Jennings on a very long shift right now, trying to force a turnover as the Gales get fresh legs in. Tritton comes in, stick on stick, breaks it up. Posner trying to clear, couldn't do it. Defense working a little high, and shot off the Cash Johnson, but Tritton picks up the extra. Tritton shot off the pads of the goalie. Tritton finishing his check. And Gales try to send it back to defense. No ice. 5:35 remaining in the third period. Shots on net 31-17 in favor of the Gales. Chips up to Tritton. Couldn't hit him, but Cash Johnson is there. Cash Johnson breathes through center. Shot off the glove of the goalie. Goalie moving a little slow now. Johnson chips it up and out. He's got it to Shiberta. Shiberta sends it to Creel. Creel has got two guys on him. Sends it in the middle. O'Hara almost. Creel sends it to O'Hara. A lot of extracurricular activity here. One player to the box, two players to the box. Looks like Shiberta heading in as well as an OCHC player. Going to maintain 5-on-5 play. Davis, Creel, Marsh, Miller, Martin. 4:58 remaining in the third. Shots on net 31-17 in favor of the Gales, but OCHC up 1-0. Davis in for the face-off in the offensive zone. Davis shot off the face-off. Goalie able to glove it. Stuck in the feet. Chipped back up. Creel unable to get there in time. Martin sends it back deep. Creel working in deep. Got Marsh. Marsh able to get a stick on it, but couldn't get there. Davis, two-player hard hit against the boards. Davis has it, works around Marsh, sends it back up to Creel. Davis and Creel working on the boards. Davis sends it, tries to get it into crease. Sends it back around to Creel. Creel battling, needs some support. Marsh heading in. Marsh puts a body on him. Davis sends it back to Creel. Creel getting hit high. Player's missing a stick. As OCHC tries to chip it out. Davis gets there first. There's a foot race, though. Martin. And Martin able to come away with it. Sends it back out. Chipped up. Liam Marsh. Liam Marsh sends it to Swanson. Swanson getting stick lifted as he's going through the neutral zone. And doesn't make it in. Marsh trying to hold it, and it's going to be an offsides. 3:31 remaining. With a solid effort by the Gales. Shots on net 32-17 in favor of the Gales. Face off center ice. Swanson, Shea, and Frankie Sabancic and Posner sends it deep. And they're going to keep making this Orange County team work. Frankie Sabancic goes in with a stick lift. Unable to come away with it, though. And Frankie with a solid back check. Gales flick it up. Chipped in deep. Posner, Davis, in on defense. Posner sends it out to Swanson. Swanson to Crochet. Crochet working to the center. Tries chipping it up and out. Couldn't get enough on it. Sends it into the corner anyways. Sends it back out to the center. Shot. Off the pads and wide. Posner. Shot. Loose in front. Hits the body of Posner. Posner sends it back over into the wall. Where the Gales have numbers. Another shot. Hits the OCHC player. Trying to chip it up. Hits Swanson back in. No go. OCHC getting very tired here. And it's like we have Tritton, Johnson, Creel. And we're going to throw in a little bit of, oh, nope, wait. There's a timeout. Going to get a little creative here. James coming in to join the boys. All right, 2:20 remaining in the third period. Keep an eye out for a sixth player or whether coach is going to opt to have them keep James in net. Solid offensive effort by the boys. Offense and defense in the offensive zone throughout the whole game. Say, just an unfortunate bounce, keeping the score what it is, and the goalie playing a great job on the other side. Puck loose at the feet. Tritton, Johnson, Creel, Baldy winds up, shot, goal! Baldy to tie the game. 2:10 remaining in the third. Finally getting one past the goalie to keep them in it. Baldy with the shot from the blue line. Tritton, Johnson, Creel, O'Hara, and Baldy keeping them on, keeping the momentum going. Tritton backhands it, sends it into the zone. OCHC trying to find the exit pass. Working around the boards. Unable to get there in time. Baldy. Errant pass, but they're getting into the zone now. Martin with the hard hit. It's at the feet of Martin. Martin trying to dingle around. Still loose in front. Creel chips it up. Couldn't get it out, though. It's at the feet. It's out. Tritton still battling. Puck. Center ice. Chipped up. Davis battling to keep him off the puck, but puck's going to come on in anyways. Martin sends it out to Davis. Davis trying to get out to Dunnigan, but Miller's saved someone from going to consolation. It's like Schuberta, Crochet, and Marsh. And with Martin and Miller, 39 seconds remaining. Race to it. Puck on net over, and James is going to go ahead and cover. He's going to take the safe approach with 33 seconds remaining. Face off in the Gales' defensive zone. Martin, Miller, Marsh, Crochet, and Schuberta. Shot right across the crease. Marsh has it, chips it up to Schuberta. Schuberta gets it around, and it's a foot race. He's got numbers. He's got Crochet in the front. Short side, loose. Crochet tries hitting it out of the air. Hits the goalie. Goalie goes over and tries to intimidate, throws the puck in the air and hits his own player. Goes over and says, "Sorry, bro, I hit you. I was trying to be intimidating." Goalie is a pretty massive player, not going to lie. Johnson in. Looks like Johnson, Swanson, and Zupancic, Martin and Miller, the M&M line, holding down the blue line. Defense with the only goals in the game. See if we can get another one. Miller having an amazing drive down the center in the earlier shift. Johnson, puck gets cleared. No ice. It's a foot race with Martin. Martin sends it around into the corners. Out to Frankie Zupancic. Zupancic trying to chip it up. And end of play. 1-1 tie. All right. Not sure what the standings are right now. So there are 10 teams in the 16UAA bracket. 8 of them will go into the quarterfinals. Then 4 into the semis, and then into your championship game. The remaining 2 that the boys unable to get it. It's a neutral goal differential, 0-0, 3-1 win, 3-1 loss, and 1-1 tie. We'll have to see where this puts everybody. Great series overall. Boys coming back, playing some great teams. I think I mentioned yesterday, OCHC is ranked 20th in California in the 16U, 15U level. And the Ducks ranked 14th. That includes AA and AAA teams. So solid effort by all players, playing get some amazing competition over the weekend. So there may be a game today. There may be a game tomorrow. Don't know where this is going to go, so just stay tuned. If you want to go ahead and subscribe, you'll get notified when we go live. As soon as I have an idea of what it looks like, I'll go ahead and get a game loaded up and ready to go. I think the first game of the semifinals is around 2 o'clock, maybe 2:15. So just keep an eye out, stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and have a good afternoon.